If you're finding that you're getting very overwhelmed quite easily, whether that's mental overwhelm or emotional overwhelm, or perhaps you've got a combination of both, the way to avoid feeling overwhelmed or even to reduce it down is to kind of take a step back to reflect on how you're living your life, looking and considering at how you're doing what you're doing. And in that reflection and in those insights, you might start to notice that you've got too much on your plate. You might start to notice that you don't have a healthy balance between time for yourself versus time for work. You might start to notice that you need to give yourself more mental rest, more emotional rest, or even more digital rest. It's in those moments of self reflection where you take a step back and consider your situation, where you get the learning, where you get the opportunity to grow. And instead of feeling and being stuck on a treadmill of life where you're finding it hard to keep up, where you're finding it difficult to stay above water because it just feels challenging, instead of allowing yourself to get into those positions or even allowing other people to put you in those positions, you have to take accountability. And within that accountability, your key growth comes from you learning. Take a mental step back and consider for yourself, how can I make this situation less overwhelming? What do I need to change? What do I need to do moving forward to make this more manageable, to make it easier, or even to make it more enjoyable? Any level of self reflection, and in particular, you might find you get some deeper insights through those coaching style questions that I've asked you. But any level of self reflection and self evaluation can put you in a more powerful position. It can put you in a space and place where you start to think, where you start to plan, and then you start to have more control, more influence, and over time, more power over a situation. But if you allow yourself to continue through things without thinking, without taking accountability, you're going to find that you're going to lose track of time. You're going to lose your voice by not being able to speak up. You're going to lose your sense of control because things will get overwhelming. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed, the first thing you need to do is take a self reflection. Reflect, consider, look at your learnings, and then map out a new strategy so that you can grow. The second thing, and a very important thing to consider and apply to your life or to your work or to whatever it is that's causing you to feel overwhelmed, the second thing to consider and apply is you can only really give your time and give your energy and give your mind to two things at once. You will probably then go between each thing in a comfortable amount of time. But if you try to do the third thing, the fourth thing, the fifth thing, you're going to overwhelm yourself. Your mind is going to get frazzled. Your energy is going to get depleted. You can't manage that many things. Now, if you have that many tasks that you need to work on and that you need to do, then you need a time structure. You can only do one thing at a time, maximum two. And if you do that, if you put in time boundaries and have time and space for one thing and then the other thing and work on those things until you get to them to a point where you're at a satisfied space with them, where you can pause on them or leave them, or perhaps they've been completed, and then focus on one other thing and then another thing. But if you go between too many things, you're going to be in that headspace and that emotional space of overwhelm. Self reflection, time management, they are the key things that you can implement into your life to reduce down and change overwhelm. But ultimately, it comes up to you. Please subscribe to my channel for more coaching tips and tutorials that you can think about and apply to your life. I'll see you in the next video.